First off, good morning, Grace Community Church. It is good to see you on the Lord's Day. I feel pretty low energy, so I need you all to hype me up, because you know when you feel tired and you're like, you know what sounds good today? A nap already, and it's not even 11 o'clock. That's what it feels like today. JD, I love you. Thank you for your encouragement. But today we are continuing our survey of the Old Testament. We're seeing the hope that God has recorded in the Old Testament for us Christians, because the apostles, we've gone over a couple times, when they talk about the Old Testament in the New Testament, they say these stories are preserved to encourage us on who the end of the world has come, to encourage you and I. When we read these stories of like David and Goliath and the Red Sea parting, they're supposed to encourage us and see God's character and his faithfulness, and it gives us hope that God has not changed. He is who he is. He is the Almighty. And last week we followed the story of Abraham's family, our ancestors, as God delivered them from slavery to bring them to himself in order to keep his promises to Abraham, to have a great nation, to have a people live in their own land, to have their own home, and to be a blessing to all nations. But right away, if you know your stories of the Old Testament, things do not go very well, as you and I would expect to go well. For after the people cross through the Red Sea and arrive at Mount Sinai, and they receive God's law, and they make covenant with the living God, they enter into that covenant, think of like marriage contract idea, when they enter into that deep and personal relationship with God, the rebellious children immediately, they craft a golden calf, and they have an orgy, and they reveal the idolatry in their heart. Like, that's what happens in the story. You have this dramatic Red Sea crossing where God delivers them from death, delivers them from the darkness of Egypt,